Hey guys, Drifter here. I've got some of the first Black Ops 4 gameplay on YouTube that I'm able to share with you today. I captured it at the Black Ops 4 reveal event, which I attended, and I also attended an event before that, so I got to play the game twice, and I've played it for a little bit over 2 hours now. I've had meetings with the devs, I've met and talked to a lot of people, so I've got more playtime and more inside info than just about any other YouTuber that has played Black Ops 4. If I sound a little bit funny, be patient with me. I'm using my travel microphone and recording from my hotel room. And also, as a heads up, I'm going to be doing a live Q&A stream, so I'll answer any of your questions. It's going to be run through Discord later on. The link's down there below in the description. But I'm going to start off with some more traditional domination gameplay for you so that you can judge the game in a familiar mode. I do not think that domination is the best mode. I think that the new control mode and hardpoint are by far the better modes for this particular game. But, you know, I want you to be able to see something you're more familiar with so that you can make up your own mind. And in today's video, I'm going to be offering more opinion and less fact because I have a ton of breakdown videos coming later on. The gameplay is really good, using an assault rifle for most of it. I get some big streaks, and do watch out for the bayonet attachment as well. First off, I know that this isn't the Call of Duty game that most people in the community wanted. I am very, very well aware of that. I have seen your comments. They're not needed below. I know that there's specialists with abilities, which is not something that a lot of people wanted back. I know that there are lethal abilities, there's vision pulses, there is a singular advanced movement with the grappling hook that people are flipping out about, even though it's 99% boots on the ground with no boosting, no double jumping, no wall running, none of that stuff. You can swim and you can do a knee slide, but that's about it. However, there have been a ton of changes to core Call of Duty gameplay elements that veteran fans may not take to. Some might not, but a brief list of changes and some very basic facts. Number one is that it's 99% boots on the ground. No thrust jump, no flying around, no teleporting, no weird stuff like that. You move at a normal pace, you can knee slide, and you can swim. And specialists returned, but overall with less lethal stuff. They're more tactical. They don't have as many one-hit kills, though there are lethal specialists. Yes, Ruin and Seraph, and there's now a Riot Shield guy. They could definitely kill you, but more, I would say about half of them maybe have stuff that are more vision-oriented or more heal your teammates or tactical and not just nuking people. The Ruin's grappling hook is the 1% of non-boots on the ground. That is the singular advanced movement you'll run into in the game, and it's not super strong. The base health is 150. You can also add an additional 50 points of armor on top of that, but it doesn't protect your head from headshots, and it's one-time use only. So after you've taken that initial 50 damage, which is like 2 shots, the armor breaks and you're back to normal health. With the 150 base health, I don't want you to think it's like the Domination XL mode or whatever it was in COD Ghost where people had more health. They turned that up so that it would be easier to tune the weapons. All of the weapons now deal more damage in line with the 150 base health. But with more than 100 hit points, you have more levers and knobs to turn to do better balancing with time to kill. Each weapon also has a totally different set of attachments. For example, in the assault rifle class, not all assault rifles have stock. Not all of them have grip, not all of them have extended mags, not all of them have high caliber. Each one has its own set of attachments. Some of these attachments you can do 1 and 2. You can do high caliber 1 and 2 and they stack with each other. You can do quick draw 1 and 2 and they stack with each other. You have to do number 1 before you get number 2, but it allows you to make a gun like the strongest thing in its class. And finally, they have operator mods, which I think is a funny name for something that's very simple, which is just that each gun has its own unique special attachment. However, you can't put that on the gun unless you also use primary gunfighter, which I do quite a bit because it looks cool for YouTube. But if you use primary gunfighter, you get an operator mod. These have been things like advanced mags, which is fast extended mags, a bayonet, a tactical knife, a dragon's breath on the shotgun, suppression on the LMG, a speed reloader on the sniper rifle, just something that you wouldn't normally see in the rest of the weapon choices. Create a class has been reworked a little bit. It's still picked 10, but you have a specialist equipment slot and a gear slot in Create a Class. Now the specialist equipment, you can choose like a trophy system, Tomahawk, C4, something like that, or you can choose a piece of equipment that is a gear slot where you can turn on stim pack where you can heal yourself a little faster, armor, or something that reveals the minimap. Speaking of which, the minimap got a complete rework in this game. There's now a fog of war, there's a limited field of vision, the UAV is somewhat less effective. The minimap is way, way, way less effective, and the abilities of some of the specialists to reveal parts of the minimap are way more important. It's not the same thing when somebody shoots their gun on the other side of the map, you get a guaranteed red dot. I think it's good overall because I don't stare at the minimap as much, and when I do, it's much more important to what I'm doing. The game has predictive recoil, probably more like CSGO. It's not random. Each gun has almost the same pattern every single time, and it's only 5v5 as far as we're aware of. The base game is 5v5. They did add a Battle Royale mode, but it's 5v5. So it's definitely not a traditional throwback Call of Duty that fulfills every veteran COD player's wet dreams. To be honest, it's a pretty big departure from traditional Call of Duty. They're going pretty far out there. But the question is it bad? And the answer is no, and no, but it's complicated. It actually plays really well and feels really good for me. I had a really good time playing it, all except for one mode, which is the no, but it's complicated. The overall game plays. Despite all of these changes, a good game came out of the other side. It's fun to play. I had a great time. Most of the other YouTubers I talked to enjoyed it. However, there's a but. The game is really designed around team play in a way that it's more like Rainbow Six. I know there's an Overwatch comparison, but it feels more like the operators in Rainbow Six. Like, choosing a certain specialist over another one isn't going to give you a ton of health. It isn't going to help you win gunfights. It's not going to matter for most of your gameplay. But it matters a lot for how you communicate with your team, and it matters a lot for taking and breaking objectives. So given that, some modes, like Team Deathmatch, were not fun. Domination was okay to play, but the new mode Control, which I'll be showing off later, and Hardpoint, because they're more competitive and designed around picking and manipulating spawns, were way more fun to play. Playing with YouTubers that are communicative and cooperative and want to do teamwork and make big plays, very fun. My fear, and probably the biggest criticism I'm going to offer in this video, is that when you take that formula like Rainbow Six or Overwatch, I really don't think it's quite as fair to compare it to Overwatch because it's way less on abilities. But if you take a hero shooter type game where you really need to work together to win, which is what Black Ops 4 is, and you mix in random idiots, really casual randoms online, that's going to make it not fun. So this is a game that's going to very heavily depend on how the community takes it, how much they learn about it, how many people are on the mic, and how often you play with your friends. That is my big criticism for today. Other stuff is pretty straightforward. A lot of the things that you would think would drive you crazy don't. It took no time at all to get used to the new healing mechanics. Not a problem. I don't think people have a problem with that. Armor isn't particularly effective since it's single use. As you'll see in the video, I didn't have many issues killing armored people, though they do cheese me a little bit. Most, but not all of the abilities are not that strong, and they're counterable. The smaller ability that you can equip are all tactical and counterable. The bigger ones are about 50-50 between lethal and tactical, and even the lethal ones are a little bit scaled back from Black Ops 3. They're not quite that strong. Some of them are. Yes, Seraph's is particularly strong. The 5v5 size doesn't feel bad. I thought it would feel small. It really kind of doesn't. The maps all look good, and they play well, and they have decent spawns with mostly 3 lanes and good flow. This is normal for Treyarch. They're a little bit more cluttery than your average Treyarch map, but not tremendously so. And the important thing is that gunplay is still good, as it should be in a Call of Duty game. Call of Duty gunplay is 100% intact. The time to kill is a little bit slower than any recent Call of Duty game, but still faster than Black Ops 2, so there is a gunfight that happens and not you just getting picked off and dying. So at the end of the day, the game plays really well. I like this game, it's fun, but it really doesn't feel that much like a Call of Duty game to me. It's kind of like a COD, but not really. It's something different. I think comparing it more to Rainbow Six Siege is fairer than comparing it to Overwatch, but it definitely has some of those vibes. Your specialists aren't going to win you the game, but they do make a big difference when it comes to playing competitively and controlling objectives. For me, this is a good thing. I'm tired of playing domination and smashing kids and winning nothing. I don't care about loading up Team Deathmatch and going 15-4. It's mindless, and you're killing randoms with mindless objectives with nothing on the line. Nothing to win, nothing to unlock and earn that has any value. So taking Call of Duty and trying to move it into the modern era of gaming with Battle Royale and hero shooters and MOBAs and stuff is a good thing. Call of Duty is going to step out of 2008 and join the modern era. However, will the Call of Duty fans take to it? Will they like it? Will they enjoy it? I don't know. We're gonna find out when more people play it. And the bigger question that everybody's asking is, will Black Ops 4 beat Fortnite? Well, we're going to find that out too. We can judge very quickly by beta numbers and by YouTube views and things like that. We'll see who the top dog is at the end of the year. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something useful. Got many more coming later today. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Cooker out.
Losing Bravo.
Threat removed.
Losing A.
Seraph calling in Mantis.
Taking Charlie. Be advised, hostile attack deploy beacon
Tactical
active.
beacon planted.
Enemy has A. C secure.
UAV standing by.
Losing C. Taking Alpha. Mission goals are in sight. Bring this home.
Hellstorm awaiting
Enemy
deployment.
has C.
Taking control of Mantis.
Losing A. Enemy took A. Taking A. Mission objectives green across the board.